and think like, oh, this is my show and I can control the narrative. Because at the end of the day, like we were all just very much being ourselves. And if you're uncomfortable being around a group of people and you're this have this much social anxiety, it's not like that was a secret when we signed up for the show. Like you knew you were going to be hanging out with six guys, being around them, going and like that was no secret. So to me, that makes no sense, and it's like a stupid thing. Like and bad business decision on his point. So if you're this like big bad CEO, I don't know, that doesn't track with me at all.
Well, he did tell us he was big bad CEO. He seemed to have a problem with you as a social media influencer. Like, what do you think it is about you? Because you did try to apologize. I mean, he pretty much told us he wasn't having your apology. Like, what is it about you that Dorian just does not seem to want to partake in?
Well, listen, I texted him after the season, after we wrapped, and after I saw the first episode, and I got no text back. And he's been saying things to Curtis off camera, and um, it's just like like what is the big deal? Like I felt a certain type of way at my engagement party, but it's like he just did an interview like or something that he was talking shit to about me, not talking shit, but just like it's just you know I never did anything that wrong, and there has to be some underlying insecurity or something towards me, and I have to believe that. But he did not do a good service to himself by owning a skincare brand and then talking shit about social media influencers because skincare brands number one sale point and like marketing point is influencers. So good luck now trying to get a really top tier influencer to work on your skincare brand to promote it because I would never work for that brand.
That's true. And yeah, I mean, I think if someone doesn't really know you, it is jealousy, right? It has to be jealousy and some insecurity that something about you just living your life is causing in them, right? Otherwise, why would someone not like you for no reason?
Yeah, and also I think people that try and portray such a like different image of who they really are and try and talk like I'm too rich for this. None of us are like that big bad rich billionaire. He's running around acting like he's Jeff Bezos, bitch. And I'm like, he wore the same fucking shirt to my engagement to Curtis's birthday party. He can't be that rich. So stop trying to play that card. Like that got really annoying. And the better than attitude, I think none of us had that except for him. And I would never hang out with someone that acts that way. And I was never raised to act that way to other people. And I don't think I'm better than anyone, but he clearly does.
Well, you did read him and you made him, mentioned this Zara jacket, even though it was YSL. Like, it's a great
We don't
read.
know if it was YSL still to this day, bitch. Okay, we could still be bye bye Zara, and no one knows. Like no one, I didn't even see the jacket, but like, who cares at the end of the day? Like, I don't give a shit. But it was just the fact that what was cut out of that, like he said, let me go get my Saint Laurent jacket. Just say, let's go get my jacket. You don't have to specify that it's Saint Laurent. So like, it's just things like that where it's like raging insecurities that just get annoying. And like, he's like, I didn't want to be a part of this show. This show's embarrassing. What's really embarrassing about the show is him and like the way he acted because it doesn't give any of us a good look. And that's really the main point that I want to bring up is like you try and act like you're so embarrassed to be a part of the show, but like the only embarrassing person on the show was you.
We all know those name droppers, and it's
Ooh, I'm
not
getting like
fun.
angry. Oh my God, this is my first interview where I've been like, it's just because time has passed now and like we're coming on the finale. And I think Dorian's just done a bunch of shit that I don't like. And then seeing his interviews last week after like in that episode, and it's like, oh, what the? Oh, wait, you can still see me. It's like, what did I do so bad to you? So it's frustrating. And I get this way. I'm passionate. Clearly, I didn't learn that much from this season. I don't know.
Listen, it's okay. People have cried here behind the velvet rope. It's you could let it all out.
Yeah, I just don't, if Dorian's gonna say he doesn't like me, I don't like him either. And that's just done. And I think it's funny because like once we made up, I was like, maybe we could be friends, but I mean, we're never gonna be friends. So that's enough about him. We are not in love be Scott, bitch. We gotta like,
Seriously, we're not going to sit here and talk about him the whole time. No, I was going to ask you because I mean, I thought that was such a great read. I mean, who besides yourself, who do you think is the best reader in this group? Like, who can just pull out the reads at the drop of a hat?
Brad for sure. I mean, I don't know though. Curtis, like, oof, like Curtis can really. I mean, I think he had his own story the whole season, so you don't get to see some of the stuff. But Curtis is a really good reader of people too. So it's like me, Brad, and I don't know. I mean, I think it's Brad. Out of everyone, it's Brad, and I think you'll see that on Friday's episode. Like, I'm finally like stepped away from. I'm like, I've done enough. I've called out enough people, so it's finally not me for once.
Are you, other than Dorian and James, like, are you good with everyone else? Like
Oh my
Curtis,
God, like
Brad?
better than. I mean, me, Brad, Todrick, Curtis, like we all have like we talk every single day. And we're really close, like tight knit. Like, I don't know, I feel like I can like lean on them for stuff. And every time after we see the episode, like because we see it before, like we all call each other and stuff, like and talk about different things. Because we all like we went through the experience together. You can't really um to go through that together, it's like such a special thing, and you can't really share that with anyone else.
No, you can't. Well, you mentioned this earlier. The show came out and it was like a mixed bag, right? Like, listen, it's a great show. I've watched every episode. It's phenomenal. People that watch it love it. But yes, it was met with like so much controversy on so many different levels. Talk to me just about like the drag race part of that, where people were like up in arms. I mean, everyone was like, wait a second, we're getting an hour of drag race. We're not getting 90 minutes. There was that change.org petition. I mean, people really went there.
Well, first of all, this was like supposed to be a positive thing, and I think like MTV was doing like the destination night, whatever. Like, and I think at the end of the day, um, this show in general was just a great jumping off point for more, inclusivity, more representation. And like, yes, did it hit and check every single box in the whole world of representation? No, but it was a different type of queer LGBTQ plus show other than just RuPaul's Drag Race. So I think the intentions were great, and it's a really big shame that the RuPaul's Drag Race community couldn't let it ride and just give it a chance. Instead, they did the exact opposite and tried to get people to not watch it. And I think it's sad that people would ever celebrate like turning off their TVs when the show comes on and whatever. It's like to me that's so sick and like deranged. Like I think that it'd be funny to see if those same people got a reality show and that happened to them, how they would feel. Because I think as a community, we should all just be celebrating the fact that there's another gay, queer, amazing show, especially the stories that are told on the Real Friends of WeHo. Like, if you watched it, you would understand that like these stories can really fucking open up people. I wish I had a show like that when I was growing up to kind of guide me, and I think it could really help people. But instead, the community just over 30 minutes of a television show decided to, instead of, hey, this could really help our community a lot. Instead of that, they just decided to shit on it. And like to me, that was just a shame. And it really made me look differently of that part of the community. And like, it's a shame, but I mean, it's funny because now people are really starting to watch it. It feels like this past week, like out in public, like it's way more people coming up and be like, oh my God, like I love the show. Oh my God, your parents met, like, which is cool. But then I do get the people that I see, like, kind of like if you go out on WeHo, like, it's crazy. Like the girls are mad still. And I'm like, you're getting your 90 minutes, like back, so just relax. And I don't think the 30-minute cut really had anything to do with our show.
Like I said, I'm in WeHo part of the time. Like, do you get that when you're out? Like, you go out for a drink or for